Age of menopause, can it be calculated?
Cessation of fertility, cessation of periods, sometimes unpleasant symptoms. Menopause is an important stage in a woman's life. Can we know when it will appear? What is the average age? What factors can influence it? Answers with a gynecologist. Menopause corresponds to the permanent cessation of menstruation and ovarian function. If many women are indifferent to it, for others it is a real upheaval. The most disturbing thing is that there is no way to know with certainty the age of this process. However, the average data but also your family history as well as your lifestyle can put you on the path.
At what age does menopause start on average?
Menopause occurs gradually between the ages of 45 and 55. On its website, INSERM points out that the average age is 51 years in France with large variations between women. Half of women will in any case have menopause before the age of 50 and 9 out of 10 women will have had their menopause at 55.
Sometimes early menopause, before age 40?
However, it happens that menopause occurs before the age of 40. We speak of early menopause or premature ovarian failure. This condition affects approximately 1 in 10,000 women before the age of 20, 1 in 1,000 women before the age of 30, and 1 in 100 women before the age of 40.
The age of menopause, a link with heredity?
This reality is explained not only by the genes shared between a mother and her daughter, but also by their often comfortable environments. Both are usually of the same social class and live in the same geographical area, for example. In addition, it is not uncommon for the mother's education of her daughter regarding a healthy lifestyle, which she sometimes maintains throughout her life, influences her health in the age of her menopause.
Environmental factors to consider.
Let us add that environmental factors are important in the occurrence of menopause. Certain factors would bring forward the age of menopause such as cigarettes. Source 2. Tobacco is even a factor in menopause before the age of 40, warns the practitioner. On average, smoking advances the age of menopause by 3 years. Malnutrition, in cases of anorexia nervosa or obesity for example, or simply an unbalanced or vegetarian diet. Source 3. Hypercholesterolemia. Source 3. Dr. Amran Ben-Rajab adds that early menopause, before age 40, can be the consequence of a genetic anomaly, certain autoimmune diseases, surgical removal of the ovaries, chemotherapy or radiotherapy, an accident. Ionizing radio. Although there is no scientific data on the subject, it seems on the contrary that pregnancy spares, or even maintains, fertility. The more children a woman has had, the longer she remains fertile. But this practical reality is perhaps linked to the excellent initial fertility of these women who have many children.
The size of the ovaries, a clue to the age of menopause?
A study published in 2004 demonstrated that measuring ovarian volume by ultrasound could predict the age of menopause. Source 4. Thus, according to the calculations carried out in this work, a 40-year-old woman with an ovarian volume of 9 milliliters should enter menopause at 54 years old, while a woman of the same age with an ovarian volume of 5 milliliters should enter menopause at 48 years old. Unfortunately, since this research, this lead has not been confirmed by other researchers.
Soon a blood test to know the age of menopause?
For a long time, the scientific cohort has been trying to develop a blood test that would make it possible to predict the age of menopause by measuring a hormone called anti-Mullerian hormone, AMH. This is present from the first weeks of life in the fetus, contributing to the development of the genital organs. In adult women, it makes it possible to assess ovarian reserve. Work carried out in 2020 confirms that the AMH makes it possible to estimate when a woman will have menopause. Source 5. Despite these conclusive results, no test has yet been developed.
Is it possible to delay the onset of menopause with a pill?
Contrary to popular belief, taking the contraceptive pill does not delay the age of menopause. Indeed, it is not uncommon to hear that the absence of ovulation obtained thanks to the pill makes it possible to preserve the ovarian reserve. This is not the case in reality, it is a false belief. This has no relationship, says the expert. You cannot therefore ensure late menopause through continuous hormonal contraception.